Everybody's a righty except for Sharon. Is that correct? Everybody's holding the paddle in their right hand? Okay? Sharon, you just do it opposite of everything I say, okay? Don't. All right? So, everything, first technique is my shoulder. All motion comes from my shoulder. Whether I'm hitting a drop, a dink, a volley, whatever. All the motion comes from my shoulder. I want to limit my elbow, and I want to limit my wrist usage. Okay? I want motion to come from my shoulder, like a pendulum swing. Everything comes from the top. Okay? If I'm throwing a baseball or softball, everything comes from my shoulder. If I'm kicking a soccer ball, everything's coming from my hip. It's the same thing. I want everything to come from the shoulder. Okay? The second technique is my wrist. So if I'm in ready position, I'm going to roll my wrist in for a backhand and hit a backhand. I'm going to roll my wrist out and hit a forehand. Okay? And I want my wrist to be nice and firm. I don't want a loosey-goosey wrist. If Waji's going to hit me, he doesn't want to hit me with a limp wrist. It's going to hurt him. It's not going to hurt me, right? If he hits me. I don't want to smack you with a limp wrist. I want to smack you with a firm wrist, okay? Third technique is the grip pressure on a scale of 1 to 5. You never want a 1, and you never want a 5 death grip, okay? Death grips, when we're trying to go dinks and drops, we're trying to go as soft as possible. You death grip it, now you don't have that touch anymore. So on dinks and drops, you want like a 1.5 or a 2 grip pressure. You want to squeeze like you're barely holding a banana, okay, or an egg, and you want to feel that ball come off your paddle, okay? You should hear that and not that. The difference in sound off the ball, okay? Fourth technique. This is a paddle. This is not a racket. Y'all been playing long enough. I should not hear the word racket coming out of anybody's mouth, okay? What's the difference in a racket and a paddle? Holes. What is the holes? What is the holes? What makes the holes? Strings, okay? So there's things that this paddle can't do that a racket can do because of the strings. So the face of the paddle does not lie. Wherever the face is pointing, that is where the ball's going. So if we're trying to dink and your ball keeps going too high, one of two reasons is your face is open too much. So I'm just popping it upwards instead of closing my face and going forward, okay? So the face is so important of where the ball is going. So you might hear me say, close your face, close it. You might say me say, open the face, open it, okay? Opening is, if you're parallel with the net, I want to open it or I want to close it, okay? So that's when you hear me say one of those two things, all right? Last thing and the most important thing in my opinion is the follow through. You're going to hear me say the word forward a whole lot. Forward. What I mean by that is not upwards and not cross your body. Okay? Sharon's my target. I want to go to Sharon with the paddle face. Okay? When I said this is my flashlight, I'm laser, my flashlight, and I want to hit to Sharon. Okay? Lori, I'm going to hit to Lori. See how my face is still going towards Lori and my arm is going towards Lori? I'm not going across my body and I'm not going upwards. So if I want to dink and keep it low, let's come up here, right? I don't want to go upwards because she's going to crush me with the ball. I want to go forward. See the difference in my swings? I want to go forward towards my target. And my arm stays nice and relaxed, elbow slightly bent, but not like this. And I'm just using my shoulder to go towards my target, okay? All right. Last thing, get orange cones.